Okay. Hey, thanks, Z. Okay. So we are going League 1PV versus computer. I'm gonna mix this up. Last time I went with Dustman. I liked it for the most part, but I felt like a lot of the characters were a little slow. I do want to make sure that I still use one of the two teams that has Dr. Wily on it. So we're gonna go with Alec Man and see if this works better. Because I feel like now that I've got a feel for scoring, I can pick something that's a little more aggressive. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, we still want 3-2-2. Again, we're being aggressive. Taking a... I think this is a good setup to start with, but just to go over quick, in case this is the first video people are watching, we are going... So, League teams have different characters. Most of them have one anchor, and Dr. Wily has absolutely ridiculous stats. You can see here the difference. Alec Man is kind of mid-tier. He's not great, but he's pretty fast, and he is medium in a lot of other categories. Snake Man is a little slower, but is very good defensively, tackle and defense. Kind of, well, not good, he's average. And Gemini Man is fast, and has... Wait, why is Alec Man even... Okay. I think I'm actually gonna tag out Alec Man for Gemini Man. Let's give that a shot. Okay, so pretty standard. This is soccer. And we're going to be scoring a lot of goals, hopefully. I'm going to be playing very aggressively whenever possible. Not quite in the right spot. we just used one of our super shots here. You get 2 super shots per round, and we're basically our main goals are to score as many points and also just to keep our opponents from getting their 2 super shots off. Because most of the time, the opponents don't get regular goals in. Occasionally, I think I had 1 in my entire previous league. And our goal is to beat the other people from Wheel of Struggle who have gotten ridiculous amounts of points. My first one, the highest I got was a plus 13, which is actually not as good as it could be. So I did the math, and even if I got that again on every single round, we'd end up in 3rd place at that point. So we do need to try and get higher than that in at least a few rounds. Because math is important. Didn't get quite enough angle. Iceman is probably the worst character in the game, from what I can tell. So I'm always okay with that being on the opposing side. He has the lowest stats in both defense and slide tackles in the entire game. So he's very fast, but that's about it. There we go. Gotta get that sweet spot. Apparently didn't have any defenders near that. Not in risk, still definitely not at risk of like losing the match or anything, but that's gonna be 1 less point in the goal differential. We're at a +4 halfway through the first, well, a quarter of the way through the first match. And we still have 1 super shot left. There we go. Okay. Did not have somebody on the receiving end there, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, a couple more people in. And unfortunately, there's their second shot, but that's okay. Yeah, Iceman is definitely sweltering's a great word. Hey Metal, great to see you. Have a good one. Okay, we've got about 20 seconds left in the first half. Most of the super shots for the round are already used. So we do still have quite a ways to go just to get a good point value on this one, but not terrible. I'm not sure I'm loving Gemini Man up here, but I'm not sure we have a better option either. So I think we're just gonna commit. Switch sides. Snake Man just is the only character we've got with good slide tackle, so we need him kind of in the back. We can rely on Wily for scoring still. I was thinking the same thing. There's a lot of time. It seems like there's a lot of times where the timer stops when the goal, or most of them I think are when it would stop in normal soccer, but I don't know how that works in but obviously it just makes this take forever. Okay, there we go. Mark was here for the for the first run and witnessed the slow transition from I don't know how to score to oh that's how this works. And yeah, we're definitely off to a good start this time. Should probably use my second super shot before I forget. And yes, Wily OP. I was wondering what happened with your name there, Z. I was like, oh, maybe I've been misreading that for the last couple months. Wily's just casually like, Iceman is not allowed to play. Yeah, the teams for League mode aren't random. It's based, or there's a separate one for each team. Or for each master you pick. I was telling Mark earlier, I specifically went through and before while I was doing my exhibition matches and stuff, and made a list of all of the teams. So went into each one to see who was on each team, made a spreadsheet with that, and correlated all of the stats for each one to decide which team members I wanted, or which team had the most people that I wanted, rather. And it was basically anybody with Wily. There's only 2 teams with Wily, and they're the, by and large, like, he is just so much better than everybody else that it's, yeah. Proto-Man's one of the other anchor characters. So there's 3 anchor characters. There's Wily, Proto-Man, and a character called Anchor that I do not have any clue what he is from. I think he's an original character for this. And those are the 3 that are like, they all have above average stats. And the other characters are all pretty much in the same kind of realm as far as overall stats go. I do love that this is Elikman's team, and he is the one character on this, or on the team, that I don't actually enjoy. That was actually why I went with Dustman the first time. I did not think I was going to make that with 8 seconds left. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better than I did last time. Oh, now let's see if we can keep that pace up. Oh man, that flashing is absolutely awful. I think we still keep Gemini out front. And let's go. Yeah, plus 19. If I can get plus 19 every round, this is going to be... that's going to be enough. So far, this one's not looking nearly as good, but we'll see. We're just starting, though. The Mega Man team is also definitely the easiest. So... or the worst, from what I could see. My own guy just jumped in front of me. There we go. This should be... There we go. Yeah, that was a lot longer for a first score than last time. We'll have to play some catch up here. Yeah. I've noticed I almost switched to something that only had 2 in, or one of the formations that only had 2 in front for that reason. Because I figured they might be less likely to jump in front. Once I got... Actually, I don't know why I haven't done that. Trying to say. Oh, they're not using their super shot yet, which is weird. Maybe they thought they just had a clean... Okay. Yeah. Yep. I was kind of hoping that they would do it at a better time for me so I could get somebody in the way. But I digress. Yeah, like that. Also, I'm pretty sure the reason the clock stops while your goalie has the ball is because the goalies are invincible. So otherwise you could time it out really, really easily. I'm not sure which character I'm controlling. There we go. I still have both of my super shots left as well. So that's another 2 free that I'm gonna have here. Yes. Immune to everything, including time. Chrono Man! Okay. Not quite. Not quite the right spot. I think it does also matter a little bit as far as the goalie stats go, because that was one of the other things I noticed was some of the goalies do seem to be easier to score on just from a general perspective, which I'm guessing is a speed thing. Because the one that I had the best luck with on the first run was Woodman, who is the slowest character by far. Not enough angle. Yeah, the vibe I've gotten is basically you want to get to about the corner of that semicircle, or a little bit over it, with or coming in at like a 45-degree angle, like a straight diagonal. Yeah, not going quite as well this time. So I'm actually curious. Let's try this. We want Wily Gemini up front. Gemini, Alec, Gemini. Or Alec, Gemini, Alec. Snake, Snake. Nope. I'm gonna try this. think it's going to be a little bit trickier to get going, but I think once we actually get downfield, it's less likely that they're going to run into me and try and get in the way of my own scores. This is my second season. I'm really hoping I don't have to do a third, because while I do, it is fun, but the seasons are kind of long. There's always too many games, not enough time. And I think the 4 hours I'm likely to spend playing Mega Man Soccer is probably enough for a while. Wheel of Struggle has definitely added a little bit of odd gaming time that I normally wouldn't have, which I'm really enjoying. Oh yeah, with the plus 40? Yeah, thank you. I figured out the sweet spot on about round... Or I started figuring it out around the 5th round, I think. Like partway through the 5th round. So the first few rounds I was scoring like 1 or 2. Above, like maybe 1 or 2 without the special shot. Most of that 40 was from those last 3. Which is why I decided to do a second one. I was like, oh, that means I did really good. Which means I have to do it again. Oh, I should probably make sure that I actually, you know, use my 2 special shots. I don't think I actually like this formation as much. Yeah, the strategy I was going for at first was kind of like trying to do a power shot into as good of a shot as I could into the goalie. Actually, that's really clean. Oh, you guys, I assumed that this is something along the lines of what you guys had found. Yeah, the first couple rounds, I was trying to like shoot at as much of an angle as I could. I remembered it being something about an angle, which you did say blind. I did play this game when I was a kid, so it's not like a complete blind playthrough, but it's probably been, 20 years. So I had a vague memory of there being something you could do, and I thought it was that you had to pass it back and forth between the top and bottom of the goal and then shoot. Secret advanced strat's not telling. Totally legit. I still have an entire thing to go, and there is no backseating in the wheel. I will be curious to watch your videos and I know I saw Z's at least to see if there was a different strategy that was going on. Man, Inker's juking me there. Does anybody know what Inker is actually from? Or is this his only appearance? I was gonna look that up between seasons and I totally forgot. Because I was busy trying to eat. Distracted by food. And RPG Fan Potluck, which is not food, even though it sounds like it. Okay, I don't think I've used my other super shot yet, so my goal right now is just to get it and use it. There we go. I don't think I'm gonna score in 5 seconds. So we'll just try and make sure they don't. Okay. Was definitely not as good as the first one, but actually I was Gemini's shot worked pretty well there. I think I'm gonna go back to the 3-2-2 here. I do think that having Gemini in front is the best plan. Gemini, Electro, Snake, Electro. We are playing against... So, like I was saying earlier, Dustman is the team I used for the first season. I actually really like this team as well. The only reason that I wanted to switch is because I felt like I was a little bit slow and I felt like speed mattered more. But from a pure stats perspective, Airman and Dustman have really good stats. Snake Man is right down the middle, exact same stats I believe as Mega Man, as well as Bubble Man, and then also has Dr. Wily on their team. So this is the opposing Dr. Wily that we're gonna have to deal with now. Thought that was me for a second. Again, I did just use the Dustman team for an entire season. Oh, and that's not my Snake Man. I keep thinking on the other team. This is not good. I have found that diagonals are also pretty beneficial. Hey, Wes! Best soccer game of all time, right? Yeah, I genuinely do think Airman might be the best defender in the game, which might seem weird. He has really high slide tackle and is actually not as slow as most of the other big characters. Not enough of an angle. Say, that's probably not actually a fight I want there. Dr. Wily on Dr. Wily. Yep. Okay, we're gonna use a super shot here. I don't think I can get a good angle. And last time I literally forgot to use them until the last, like, 15 seconds, so let's make sure we actually make good use of them. Just ran into the eternal problem of where it gave me control of Snake Man on the other side of the field, and I moved away instead of towards the ball to block because I didn't know who I was switching. But that actually is one of the things that Mark and I were talking about a lot during the initial season that I did earlier today, was the fact that it's really hard to tell when your characters are switching, and the just gonna say that's not the person we want to be there, but that's okay. Man, I was saying I felt like Airman was the best defender in the game, and I feel like that holds, and that's right there was absolute proof of why. But yeah, no, the game is really bad about switching characters where you don't necessarily control the character. There's no button to switch characters, even though they have buttons available. And it is really easy to get confused about which character you are supposed to be controlling at any given point in time. And sometimes it changes right while you're in the middle of trying to do something. Yeah, I'm not surprised that this team is doing well. Like I said, this is the team I used last time, and the reason I used it is because they have really good stats. So the fact that the computer... just... I remember some games, I don't remember specifically soccer games, but like, I know some sports games will let you like cycle through. Like you could do put an LR switch in where it would like let you toggle when it switched, or even just make it so like when you push select, it goes to the character that's nearest to the ball or something like that, so you control when it switches. I would be okay with it being a little more manual, I guess is what I'm saying. Also, the screen does stay with the ball, not with the character. There we go. And maybe that's part of it, is that since the screen doesn't shift when you switch characters, since the screen doesn't shift when you shift characters, that's part of what makes it hard to tell. Gemini Man. That should have been good. Okay. We are not doing nearly as well this time, which does not surprise me. Again, this is a good team comparatively to some of the other ones. And it does feel like the team matters a lot. I'm hoping that with the Mega Man team, we got 19. I'm hoping the Woodman team is the one I did the best against last time. Exactly, Fuchsia. It feels like the fact that it's like, I know one of my people I'm in control of one of my people, but I can't see where they are. The ball is randomly on a different part of the screen than any character, and because it's switching back and forth, I'm now pushing the wrong button. Like right there, I started pushing down, and then it switched to the character that was on the bottom of the screen where I need to push left to get to it. And I was now walking them down into the... like, into the wall of the stands. Okay, so we are This is definitely not going as well. Yeah, I'm really hoping that I know we've got Woodman left. Needleman's team was actually a pretty good one. Yeah, I don't quite understand the choices the computer makes as far as positioning goes. That was another one right there. I was moving right with one character, switched over to left, or switched over to a different character, and then suddenly I'm going the wrong way. So now both of my characters are going the wrong way, effectively. This feels like a real game of soccer instead of a slaughter. Man, I don't feel like Dustman should be this good as a goalie, but maybe I'm not understanding how some of the stats work. There we go. Goal post save, yep. Freaking Airman again. I think Airman shows up on one other team as well, but I don't think... Oh, Diff. I was assuming Diff was defense, just badly translated. I think it might have said it in the manual. I guess maybe I was just assuming. Also because the characters with the highest diff are like the big beefy characters. It is totally possible that I am completely wrong about what diff is, though. I said I was just assuming. May... Even if it is defense or something else, that doesn't mean I know what it does. My assumption has been that it's defense and that it means, or it's how much, like how easy it is for them to run with the ball without getting slide tackled. Like how many tackles and slide tackles they can take before they get knocked out. Just from observation, I guess. But that could just be me seeing what I want to see. Because yeah, it seems like characters with really good diff seem to be like Dustman and Woodman and Wily, for that matter. Seem to be really resilient, especially against the characters with lower tackle rates. Okay, we need to get in there. See if we can get one more. I'm not expecting it at this point, but maybe? No. Made sure that I didn't have any pending super shots left because I couldn't remember if I used them or not. Okay, we're up to 30 plus 39 goal differential. I'm not actually sure what GP stands for, but we're at 6 for that as well. So we need to, I think the low end of the top 3 currently is 90, or is 90. And I want to say, I don't remember specifically how high Z got. I think one of them, or one of you is at like 119 is the high right now. So definitely still got a bit of catching up to do. Okay, Pharaoh Man's team was another one that was pretty solid during the first one, so I'm hoping this isn't too rough so that we can make up some points here. Pharaoh Man himself is pretty solid, and Toadman is actually pretty fast. Luckily, this is one where we are faster than pretty much the entire enemy team except Gemini Man. That's not good. Okay, they didn't use their super shot. One of the Game Boy games? It's possible. I know there's a bunch of weird, like, one-off Mega Man characters out there. There's a character named Axel that shows up in like 1 or 2 games. I think Mark mentioned something earlier that was like, oh, is he from like the weird one with the planets? That I would believe. That's actually another game I really need to go through and play again / for the first time. That was a really lucky super shot. He just wasted a super shot. But yeah, I can't remember which one it is. I think it's Mega Man 4 or 5 on Game Boy. Isn't actually the, like, doesn't have the regular Robot Masters at all. It's like weird planetary characters instead. And I think Anchor might be from that one. Now that you're saying that, that's giving me Nintendo Power flashbacks. What, Mark? No, this is season 2. It's the 4th game? Something like that? Your chat does look like you're a crazy person, but I think half the people in here know that you're a crazy person already, and the other half are also okay with that. Judging by who I saw, at least in chat. I don't know who all is here. So I've seen 3 people from Wheel of Struggle, 2 people from RPG Fan, and 1 person that is just a regular. Started watching, I believe, during the Pokemon run. Oh, okay, there we go. That's why Mark's crazy. They still have a super shot left, so I do need to be a little careful with that. There we go. This is going much better again. I definitely, it's weird how much the team composition matters with these. And it may even just be partially the matchups, even. Because, like, I feel like specifically... Oh man, there's some weird slowdown. I feel like specifically... Hot game of the summer, exactly. That's... I was chatting with some people about it between the two attempts, and I say there's part of me that would be really excited if this gets, or if this ends up randomly being the hot game of the summer that everybody wants to watch. But on the other hand, I really hope it doesn't become like the game that people want to see me play for some reason. This is because I've had that happen a couple times where it's like, I'm gonna play this game once, and people are like, it suddenly gets like more views than any of my other videos that I put a lot of work into, and it's like, oh, well, I guess we're doing this again. Toadman. There we go. I mean, I'll be fair and say I do feel like that sometimes. He's played a game, except for they don't have the, oh, he's played a lot of games part. It's the, oh, you do that? I had no idea. I got that a few times during the Pokemon run, where it was just like, I was a little bit concerned, especially coming off of the Pokemon run, that I was going to be doomed to just be playing Pokemon challenge hacks for the rest of my career if viewership dropped off too suddenly. But people stuck around, or at least some people stuck around, or came back. Obviously not worrying about the folks that are, like, Mark, I know you're in for the long haul. I wasn't worried about you disappearing when I stopped playing Pokemon. But, a lot of new people showed up during that. There we go. You know, you're right. Oh no. Z's only watching if I play more Mega Man Soccer. Okay, well, I'm committed now. Mega Man, you think I could do Soccer Sundays or something? Football Fridays? I'll be fair and say, you'll probably not watch me live after the Mega Man Soccer game again. Although this is actually going pretty well, so, you know, maybe. I tried streaming one time before, and it didn't really go well, and I didn't like how it worked. But that was a long time ago, and I have a lot better setup and a lot better, a lot more people than previously. So maybe I should do some streams every once in a while. My big problem is always finding consistent time, though. Most of my times that I'm consistently available are already taken up by D&D games. It's hard enough to find time to play D&D without trying to fit a streaming schedule in as well. And no, streaming D&D is not an option. I've already talked to one of my games about it. Okay, it wasn't actually streaming that I was talking about. Yes. Which I have noticed a chunk of my newer viewership is... Actually, I'm not sure where they are from. Oh no! They scored! Those jerks! With 3 seconds left! Yeah, no, viewer availability is honestly a big piece of it, because I do think there's a lot of, like I said, I'm not sure where exactly, but I have noticed that several of my new people... Do people really want to listen to us BS about One Piece for an hour and a half? Honestly, probably. Honestly, with that group, we could probably put together a One Piece podcast. Sam and Brian in particular are clearly very big fans, and Eric's at least familiar, and I'm still getting caught up. You could be the new voice, the newcomer. Podcasts need to have somebody who's less familiar with the subject to ask good questions and be the newcomer. Or the was it the audience insert? There we go. So Needleman was one of the ones that I had a little bit of trouble with during the first run. Actually, no, Needleman was the one that I started doing well against. I was worried because they were they were ahead on the leaderboard. I kept getting +2s for the first couple, and they kept getting +3s for their matches, and I was quietly worried that I was going to end up not being in first place on the leaderboard, but then I beat them by Dr. Wily. I know you're a bad man, but you really did me dirty there. Snake Man, why are you in the goal? You understand what a defender is supposed to be doing, right? I can promise you, it's not standing in the goal. Dr. Wily, you're blocking our shots. That's not good. This is a situation where Dr. Wily is actually too good. Yes, that is not a concern anymore. You are correct. This season, not a concern. That was weird. I was trying to pass it to Wily. Man. They've got some shockingly good defense there. You could say they're really on top of it. Yeah, I can promise you that the robots on my team are not using steroids. Dr. Wily is probably cheating, but everybody knew that coming in. Man. That guy's really staying on top of me. I think that's the first time Elecman has scored a goal, and it's his team. Okay, there's our halftime. If by a selfless leader you mean totally overpowered by Dr. Wily and really mediocre compared to our other characters, then yes. I do like the fact that there are 2 copies of Gemini Man on the team. It feels appropriate and thematic. Not quite enough of an angle there. While you're just standing in the goal. That's not what I was trying to do. I pushed the pass button. Why did you push it towards the goalie? Oh, he still had a super shot left. Whoops. Okay, we're at a plus 11 right now. That makes me... We really need to get a little bit more here. We do still have Woodman left, which I'm kind of hoping is going to be a little easier. Woodman's team has 3 copies, or each player's team, whatever it is, has 3 copies of that character. Which means Woodman's team has 3 copies of the slowest character. Oh, don't joke about that, Z. Do you want Mark to hear you? He's already talking about making it harder if you, or if it comes up on ROAL. See how many points you can score using Woodman's team. I think Woodman does still have some good characters on his team. We'll find out soon. Okay, that was plus 14, so that's pretty good. I'm up to... Oh, I don't like that. So 68. Third place is at 90 right now. So I need to get... And Skullman's team was actually pretty hard the first time. So I really need to get a good score against Woodman here. So 22 would get me tied for third. But I need to get significantly more to actually get above 100 and such. So, not looking super likely right now. Those couple in the middle were a bit of a lull. 92? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so having Woodman's team wouldn't be quite as bad as I was thinking, just because Airman and Gemini Man are both pretty solid. Gemini Man's the fastest character outside of Wily, tied with Iceman, and Airman has one of the highest slide tackle rates and okay run, but yeah, Woodman is abysmally slow, and Inker is a more mediocre version of Proto Man, stat-wise. Okay. Sweat off my hands. No pressure. Wasted a super shot. Not a good start. I was sure that was going to be in. I'm definitely getting a little nervous, which is not helping either. That's not what I was trying to do! I think the last time my thumb got a callus like this, it was playing Street Fighter. This is definitely a thumb-intensive game. Okay, there's their 2. I don't want to do season 3, Mark. I appreciate your confidence, but I don't want to do season 3. I know there's a couple Street Fighters on ROAL. Kylo was using that as Kylo sent me the videos of him playing Street Fighter to make me feel better after my Sonic performance. Because yeah, I don't know if you know this, but he is bad at Street Fighter. And I do not feel bad saying this because he said it to me and I said it to his face. It was a really good slide tackle. Use that super shot while we're there. Yeah, I'm not like competitive at Street Fighter or anything like that, but I'm pretty good. I'd be okay with that coming up. Especially Alpha. There we go. Got a ways to go. Man, that woodman came out of nowhere with a folding chair. I knew as soon as I passed it, I was like, oh, there's Airman. Doomed. That is not what I was trying to do. Oh. There we go. Okay. Blackman, how are you so bad at this? Guess I haven't used my second super shot. I should probably just make a habit of using those right away, but I try and save it for when I need it. Like if I'm on a good breakaway and I'm at a good angle, then I don't feel like I need to use it, especially early in the game. Come on, one more. I don't think it's happening. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're at 80. Last time I did pretty well on this. Skullman is a little bit tough, but I did get a pretty good score on it. Yes, let's see if we can bump a spot up at least. I'm not expecting to get second at this point, which unfortunately means that I might do a third one of these. Yeah, 13 here. Gemini Man, do not block my shot. Man, the defenders on this are rough. You're not having any of this. The worst part, Mark, is part of the reason I decided to go ahead with a second one tonight is because I don't have anything that I'm currently working on as far as projects go. I just finished Fantasy Star yesterday. And I haven't started a new game yet. Actually, I haven't figured out what game is actually coming next. I could start recording what I know is down the road. Because I do know what I'm doing for after that. Just barely clipped him. Mega Man Soccer Summer. I mean, let's be fair here. With my recorded content, it would actually be Mega Man Soccer September. Phantasy Star. I've got the rest of Grime, and then Phantasy Star already recorded, and that goes through the rest of all of August. Phantasy Star 4. And I know what I'm doing for October, or what I'd like to do for October, rather. My current plan is, 4. My current plan for October is to do Metroid Dread and Cthulhu Saves the World. But I still have like a week of September left. Unaccounted for. No! I really needed that to not happen right there. Man. I am just not in the rhythm for this right now for some reason. That one makes me slightly mad. Well, Super Shots are off the board now. They made both of theirs. I didn't for the first time. Oh, I couldn't tell if that was... Ugh. Okay. Well, Z, I think you're safe on doing that third run. Pretty definitively. What was that, Wiley? That's fair. Unfortunately, I did bad enough on the first two games that I might still need to grind out a third one anyway. Gemini Man, what have we said about blocking the goal? Not enough of an angle. Well, if I'd been playing this well for the last game and a half, I would have been in much better shape. Okay. Might still be able to squeak out third here. Granted, we still have, 20 more people to put entries in. That's not good. I am so pissed off right now. You sure it was 92? I thought it was 90. Oh. One goal short. Well, good news, bad news. The good news is that's a pretty solid fourth place. The bad news for me is that is so close, and that does make me feel like I need another season. Oh, I don't think we're doing that tonight, though. I've been playing for over 4 hours on this one game. My thumbs hurt. But I will make sure... I do like, especially for games like this, I do like streaming it, so I will definitely let people know when I'm doing a third season, because I will also just add in, Mark, I'm not making any promises, because I need to find time to do it. My girlfriend's gone this weekend, so I have had extra time to just spend 4 hours recording. But you know, it is what it is. We'll see where we're at. Well, thank you all for joining me, especially Z and Mark for keeping me company, and anyone else who stuck around to watch. Said we'll do Hopbound next time. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch y'all next time.